Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a core idea from Yuval Noah Harari's *Sapiens*, and it's an idea that pretty much explains how humanity came to dominate the entire planet.
So let's start with a really big question, one that gets right to the heart of the book. It sounds a little strange, I know, but it's the absolute key to understanding our species' success. And believe it or not, the answer starts with the car company.
To really get our heads around this, let's take something you probably think is very, very real, and let's deconstruct it. I'm talking about the car company Peugeot. I mean, we see its cars all the time, right? We see the logo, but what is the company itself? Where is it? Can you actually touch it?
Think about it for a second. Peugeot isn't its cars. It's not its factories. It's not even the 200,000 people who show up for work every day. I mean, if you scrapped every single vehicle and fired every last employee, the company, Peugeot SA, could legally still exist. It could go out, borrow money, and build all new factories from scratch. So what or where is it? Well, it turns out Peugeot isn't a physical thing at all. It's what lawyers call a legal fiction. It's basically a story we all collectively agree to believe. And this story is so powerful that this non-existent thing can own property, pay taxes, and even sue people, all without having a body or a mind. It's wild, right? And let me tell you, this invention was absolutely revolutionary. Before corporations, a craftsman, like our guy Jean here on the left, was his business. If he got sued, his personal home, his land, everything was at risk. But the modern corporation, it creates this legal shield. Armand Peugeot could take huge financial risks, and if the whole company failed, his personal wealth was safe. This one simple story, this idea, completely unleashed modern capitalism. So how do you create something that doesn't physically exist but has all this immense power? Well, it turns out it's a little bit like casting a spell. Okay, let's really dive into this. Seriously, think of it like a magic ritual. A lawyer, who is kind of our modern-day sorcerer, performs these specific rites from the legal code, writes down the right spells on a fancy piece of paper, signs it, and poof, a new entity exists. It wasn't physically built, it was brought into being by a story that we all just agree to believe is true. This ability, right here, this is our species' secret weapon. It's our superpower. You know, any monkey can shout, "Look out, a lion!" That's just describing objective reality. But only human can say, the lion is the spirit guardian of our tribe. Now that's a story. This ability to talk about things that don't physically exist is what truly fundamentally separates us. And this brings us to a really key distinction. An imagined reality is not just a lie. If I tell you there's a lion by the river when I know there isn't one, well, that's just a lie. But an imagined reality, like a corporation or money, is a story that only works because millions of us believe in it together. It's a collective, shared fiction. And because of this, we sapiens basically live in two worlds at the same time. You've got the objective reality of things we can touch and see, rivers, trees, lions. And then there's the imagined reality, the world of stories we tell ourselves, which has become just as real, if not even more powerful. And over time, these imagined realities have actually become more powerful than objective reality itself. They've formed this imagined order that shapes our entire world. I mean, just take one of the most powerful stories ever told, the American Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. It's a beautiful, foundational idea for our society. But from a purely biological perspective, it simply isn't true. If you actually translate these famous phrases into biological terms, you can really see the gap. Evolution is built on difference, not equality. There's no creator in our DNA, just a blind evolutionary process. And rights? They aren't a biological fact. They are powerful concepts we invented that allow for mass cooperation. And here's the crazy part. Here's the real consequence. Our fictions now dictate the fate of the physical world. The survival of a real forest can depend on the decision of an imagined corporation. The health of a physical river depends on the laws of an imagined nation. Our stories are now in charge of reality itself. This unique ability to create and believe in fictions is what transformed us from just another insignificant animal into the undisputed masters of the planet. When you look at it this way, our entire history is just a story of accumulating more and more power, and all of it is built on our unique ability to cooperate in huge numbers. And what allows millions of strangers to cooperate? Shared myths, shared belief in gods, in nations, in money, in human rights.
And yet, here we are. We've gone from canoes to spaceships, but Harari argues that we're still pretty unsure of our goals, and we seem to be just as discontented as we've always been. All of this incredible power hasn't necessarily brought us any more satisfaction.
And that leads Harari to leave us with this really chilling thought. We are essentially self-made gods, accountable to no one, with only the laws of physics to hold us back. And we're wreaking havoc on our planet and our fellow animals, often just looking for comfort and amusement, but never quite finding peace. So this becomes the most important question we have to face. We've used our imagined realities to give ourselves godlike power over creation and destruction. And now we're forced to answer the one question that remains. What do we want to become?